Prologue. The way my life changed in a matter of days is beyond terrifying. A phone call from D so early in the morning that only the clock would signify that another day had passed. Hearing her hyperventilate on the other side of the call was also an indication that her husband crossed the line they couldn't cross back from together. Or so I thought. It took me no time to throw on a pair of shorts and a shirt, and before Dee could regain the ability to talk, I was already in my car, turning the key in the ignition. Captain Savaho was what my mother called me while I was still under her roof. Every time I'd jump out of my skin to help my best friend Dee. Even she knew that Dee was more than that to me. When Mom took advantage of vulnerable moments to probe me into confessing my preference, I never faltered, playing dumb to the obvious infatuations. I eventually told her that I'd probably never give her a grandchild, and what happened next was expected, given that I was born into a Pentecostal household. By the time I arrived at the entranceway of Dee's mansion, she'd given me a sob version of what had happened. The double doors were already unlocked, although I had a key, so I let myself in. After placing my shoes on the rack by the door, I followed the wooden panels of the living room area and past the foyer, and then felt the cold marble flooring leading to the open kitchen. I heard her sniffling before she came around the wall of the second dining room area. "You want a drink?" She kissed me on the lips, but I'm sure she was attempting to kiss my cheek. All I could smell was her favorite Chardonnay. She teased my hidden emotions at times, and I hated it out loud while secretly welcoming the ideas that became my later fantasies. "Looks like you've had enough for both of us already." "But we could have more." I took the glass she waved in my face and did my best to follow the pour of the bottle as she tilted it to fill my glass. But I failed to prevent a mess. She then led the way into her favorite dining area. It had windows from the ceiling to the floor, creating a remarkable view of her greenhouse filled with all her choice of greenery. After taking our seats at the table, minutes turned into hours as I lent her my ear. For hours she cried, shouted, laughed, and cried some more, with every tilt of her glass to erase the pain. From time to time she would allow me to respond or offer a little advice here and there, but that was never how this worked. She only needed someone willing to so that she could unload her burdens before receiving more, and I had always been willing to give her that and more if she wanted. Clearing her throat, she shook a thought from her head and tried to speak with assurance, as lies left her tongue.